Hi, and welcome back to Sunday School in a Bag. I'm Trish. Today, we're going to be reading a story called Peter Heals. But before we get started on today's activities, let's get all of our supplies. So get your Sunday School in a Bag, and in there you want to find the packet that says Peter Heals. Okay, and it looks like this, and it's got kind of a half-drawn picture here. All right, you want to find that. And of course, your Spark Story Bible, and you're going to need something to draw and write with today. That's it. That's all we're going to need today. All right, so why don't you go get your supplies? Let's start with our opening prayer. Loving God, be with us today. All right, are we ready? Let's read the story, Peter Heals. You're going to go open to page 506. Okay? Peter Heals. At 3 o'clock one afternoon, Peter and John were walking to the temple together to pray. Ahead of them, they saw some people carrying a man who could not walk. They carried him to the beautiful gate of the temple, laid him down, and left him alone. Because he couldn't walk, the man couldn't work, so he begged for money to buy food. When Peter and John walked up to the gate, the man asked, "Would you please give me some money for food?" Peter said to the man, "Look at us. We don't have any money for you, but I have something much better. In Jesus' name, I say, get up and walk." Peter reached out for the man's hand, and suddenly the man's feet and ankles grew strong. With a happy cry, the man jumped up and started walking. He danced and skipped and hopped as he made his way into the temple with Peter and John. The man laughed and shouted and praised God. Peter and John had to move out of the way as people from all over the temple were amazed and came rushing toward the man. Everyone was talking at once. One man asked, "What happened to this man?" Another wondered, "Isn't this the beggar who can't walk and sits by the temple gate asking for money?" Someone else questioned, "How has he been healed?" Finally, Peter stepped in and said in a loud voice to the surprised crowd, "This man believes in Jesus, and his faith has made him strong. Right in front of you, he has been given a healthy body because he believes." What do you think it would be like if you weren't able to walk? I think it would be really hard. I think I'd be really sad. What do you think you'd miss? I'd miss taking my dogs for walks and walking down the beach. What about you? What would you miss? What would you do if you could stand up, if all of a sudden you could stand up and walk for the first time in your life? Would you do like the man did? And jump and hop and skip and dance? I bet I would. I bet that would be very exciting. So the first thing we're going to do today in our activities is we are going to work on this gate right here, the beautiful gate. Okay? So Peter healed a man who was near the beautiful gate. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the rest of this gate. What do you think it looks like? And you can use colors. Okay? So let's do that right now. Let's draw the beautiful gate at the temple. So I think I'm going to draw, see, it kind of curves down like this. And there's some steps. Kind of like that. Okay. And then, oh, it curves again. And there's all these other lines. I mean, why don't you pause the video now and use your imagination and all beautiful colors and draw the rest of the gate. Did you add lots of colors to your gate? Maybe draw some flowers or some clouds in the sky? Well, I hope you bring it to church to show all of us what you did. All right, our next activity, we're going to turn it over, and it's about celebrations. Celebrating because the man could walk again. How exciting was that? Okay, so we're going to talk about reasons to celebrate and how to celebrate. We're going to match them up. Okay, so birthday. What do you think is the picture that celebrates birthday? Birthday cake. That's my favorite. All right, let's connect the word birthday and the birthday cake. Just like that. Okay. Oh, one of my favorites, Christmas. Which one is Christmas? Is it this one down here with the manger? It's that one. So let's draw our line to that one. Good job. Oh, Easter. We all just celebrated Easter. And look at Easter basket. Did you have an Easter egg hunt? So let's go. There we go. Now on this last one here, it's an empty space. So you can write in something you like to celebrate. Let me see. What do I like to celebrate? I like to celebrate New Year's. So I'm going to write New Year's in this box. And then for a picture, I'm going to draw lots of sparkles, like sparklers, fireworks, because I love when on New Year's Eve at midnight, they set off fireworks. Just so nice and festive and a great way to start the year. What do you think of that? My fireworks. Now, fireworks could be for the 4th of July too. You know, a lot of places use fireworks for a lot of different things. All right, now I'm going to connect my New Year's to my fireworks, to my celebration. What do you think? What is your favorite? What are other ways that you like to celebrate? Now would be a great time to stop and talk with your family or your teacher if you're in your Sunday school class about different ways that everybody celebrates and what you celebrate. Now don't forget to look at the other stuff in your packet, okay? There's a coloring sheet and a word decoder, and then also something for you to share with your families, okay? Don't forget to look at those. So let's close with our closing prayer. Loving God, thank you for being with us today. Amen. Thank you for learning with us today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.